everyone, Argama Witch here, and welcome back to Steins. We're changing the format on the channel a little bit, so this is going to be a longer episode since it's only going to come out once a week until it's finished. In the last episode, we went through Ferris's ending, and now we're going to send her D-mail, which says, JK Ransom, I love you, Papa, see you soon. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Chapter 8. My head spins. I feel faint. Slowly the world reasserts itself. I have teleported to the lab development room. Vettis is standing next to me. Reading Steiner is telling me that the world line has changed. Additionally, the injuries the viral attackers inflicted on my body have vanished. So has the pain. Vettis is standing in the center of the room looking around. The tears that were in her eyes just a moment ago are gone. Kyoma, do you know where Vettis' phone went, ya? Just a moment ago, Vettis was fighting to hold back her tears, but now Vettis has no more. In her place is the usual cute, cheerful Vettis, with an impish smile on her face. I look at the phone in my hand. It's not my phone, but one with several cute, girly cat doll phone straps attached. Here's your phone. Yeah. Vettis walks up to me with a teasing smile on her face. She pokes at my fingers with her index finger. Kyoma, did you see what's inside, nya? Vettis gently takes her phone from my hand. If you did see, then please forget about it, nya. Can't let that cat out of the bag, nya, or else they'll awaken, nya. Come on, Kyoma. You're supposed to say something, nya, like, who the hell are they, or something, nya. I'm sorry. Before we sent the D-mail, Vettis had said she didn't want to forget. And I lied that she would surely remember. Kyoma's acting weird, nya. You usually act all pompous and... nya. I embrace Ferris suddenly, pulling her to me as tightly as I can. I'm sorry. Ferris remembers nothing. Nothing about her victory at the Ryanet tournament. Nothing about our escape from the viral attackers. Nothing about her father riding in his limousine to save her. Nothing about how we talked alone in her bedroom. Nothing. She remembers nothing. Everything that happened on that world line was undone. What happens to that world line, I don't know. Maybe, like Suzuha said, it still exists as another possible world line. Or maybe it ceased to exist the moment I sent the D-mail. You'd have to be a good god to observe each and every world line, so it's pointless to worry about it. But one thing is clear. I can never return to that world line again. Vettis can never see her father again. Kyoma, this is really bold of you, nya. Miyushi's in the next room. She'll find out, you know. Yeah. I'm sorry. The only thing I can do is apologize. On this world line, Mayuri invited Vettis to come and hang out at the lab. Apparently, she came to see a costume Mayuri had made. Vettis has work after this, so she soon leaves the lab. After seeing Vettis off, I head towards Yanabayashi Shrine. On the way, I stop at Chudori and take a look around. They're back. The Moe stores exist again. Anime, Toranoana, Mandrake, Gamers, Lamtara, Melon Books, Asobit City. They've all returned to the streets of Akiba. There's a gigantic anime-themed banner hanging from the soft mat building. Maids walk around the streets handing out leaflets. Cosplaying girls advertise in storefronts. But the return of this familiar scenery brings no relief to my heart. There is only pain, for everything I see confirms that Vetus has lost her father. But I can't stop here. I shake my head and hurry to the shrine. On the way, I notice the satellite is missing from the Raidikan's rooftop. Of course it is. Suzuha is gone. The thoughts bring new pang of grief to my heart. Before this is over, how much more pain will I shoulder? I pass beneath the archway and enter the silent courtyard. I walk up to the main building and jab the intercom. After a few presses, I get a reply. Yes, who? Oh, Okabe-san. Lukako comes out. Girly as always, even though he's a guy. No, wait, this Lukako is a genuine girl. Lukako, someone should have donated an old computer to the shrine several years ago. Can you ask your dad about it for me? An old computer? I think Lukako went pale when I mentioned the computer. She lowers her face immediately, so I can't be certain. I'll go call my dad. Lukako hurries inside. It looks like she knows something. Lukako's dad soon appears. Well, if it isn't Hoin... Thank you for taking care of my daughter. I rush the greetings and get down to business. If I'm not mistaken, there was an old computer donated to the shrine about 10 years ago. Do you know about it? An old computer? Why, yes, I do remember that. Really? Yes, finally. I've returned to the world line with the IBM 5100. Please, I need to see it. Sure, please wait here. Luca's dad heads into the sanctuary in the back. Lukako has been silent this whole time. She keeps touching her hair and looking around nervously. Something is definitely wrong with her. Are you afraid of me, Lukako? Eh? I understand. I mean, I touched your naughty bits, I guessed. Crap, I just made things more awkward. I didn't have to say it like that. I'm not afraid of you, Okabe-san. That was really embarrassing, though. Sorry. Okay. By the way, do you know about the IBM 5100? No! Lukako shakes her head in an unnatural way. I've never heard of it. But when I called you before, it sounded like you knew about it. No, Lukako is looking more and more uncomfortable. Maybe I'm pushing her too hard. I should back off. I did a terrible thing to this girl. So it might be best if I stop treating her as my disciple. I need to treat her like a lady from now on. If I don't, I could get sued for sexual harassment or charged with an attempt of rape or indecency or something. But how exactly do I treat her like a lady anyway? I just treat everyone the same pretty much. So, you're not gonna wear the costume Mayuri made? Oh, no. Because it's embarrassing? Yeah. Why is this girl so lacking in confidence? I guess she can't help it if it's in her nature. But didn't she say her reason for becoming a girl was to gain confidence in the first place? And yet she's a girl now, but she still seems the same inside. That's strange. Luca's dad returns. His timing is good. My conversation with Lukako wasn't going anywhere. Did you find it? I try asking just in case, but he looks confused. Obviously, something unexpected has happened. Well, I couldn't find it.
見つからないとは
You couldn't find it. I remember receiving an old computer, but it's not in the storehouse anymore. The IBM 5100 isn't here? I press my hands to my temples and stifle a groan. The world line is still twisted. The IBM 5100 is like a mirage floating in front of me. I can see it, but I can never reach it.
確認させてください
Pardon my asking, but the PC was donated by Akiha Rumiho-san, correct? Huh? How'd you know that? Do you know her by chance?
ええ
We're friends. Rumiho-chan has grown up to be a splendid young lady, hasn't she? It was when she was still in elementary school she came to visit with her butler, Kuroki-san. But why did that computer disappear? I thought someone might have stolen it, but everything else looks untouched. And the lock wasn't broken. This contradicts Lukako's statement. Lukako said she didn't know about the IBM 5100. Luka, do you know anything about it? You've been cleaning the sanctuary the past few years, haven't you? Once again, Lukako hangs her head, almost shaking with fear. Her hands are trembling.
ルカ子どうなんだ
Lukako, what's wrong? I try asking again, but she doesn't raise her head. I don't know anything. The look on her face betrays her. Lukako is lying. But why? Remember, she shouldn't even know about the IBM 5100. Why does she know? Because the world line changed? There's no other answer. Her D-mail must be the cause. In Fetus's case, I don't know what her D-mail was about. But in Lukako's case, I already know what it is. I want to be a girl. The D-mail must have influence beyond Lukako's sex. The butterfly effect. It somehow changed the location of the IBM 5100. It was like that with Suzuha and with Fetus. I can't help but think that the universe itself is keeping the IBM 5100 away from me. At any rate, when Lukako sent her D-mail, reading Steiner activated, meaning the D-mail changed the world line. If the IBM 5100 won't return to me on this world line, then my next step is to cancel Lukako's D-mail. In other words, I need to turn Lukako back into a guy. Suddenly I feel dizzy. It's not heat stroke, and it's not reading Steiner. How am I going to explain this to Lukako herself? Just the other day when I called Lukako a guy, she cried, then Kurisu and Mayuri ganged up on me. Can I get Lukako back to being a guy without stirring up trouble? This is going to be tough. Maybe I should consult somebody about this. At first I considered consulting Kurisu, but I don't think I should talk to a girl about this. Let's think a little. I visit the Tennoji's house. The divergence meter is here. I need to know what it says. Canceling Fetus's D-mail appears to have raised the value by 0.05%. Little by little, I'm approaching the goal of 1% divergence. The number gives me courage. Afterwards, Tennoji recounts his memories of Hashida Suzu, just as he did on a previous world line. I stay until he finished. It's past 6 p.m. when I get back to the lab. Tuturu! Welcome back, Karin. There are two girls in the lab, Mayuri and Kurisu. Who is this Karin? Well, welcome back flows into Okarin, doesn't it? When you put them together, it's doubly delicious. It's not delicious. It's a greeting I can use only for Okarin, so why not? Ehehe. Where's Daru? Probably at May Queen? May Queen. So that's back too. So when Feta said she had to work, she meant at May Queen. What about you, Mayuri? You work there too, don't you? course I do. You know that, Okarin. You're so weird. Mayushi's taking a break to prepare for Kamima tomorrow. The timeline has been corrected, it seems. At least in part. I should stop by Make Queen when I have the time. I'll visit sometime when Mayuri and Feris are working. I didn't realize it until I was gone, but I think I really like that maid cafe. Kurisu's reading a Western book. It's the same book as always. It's pretty hefty, so it must take a long time to read. I walk past her and enter the development room. There sits the time leap machine. Today, it's Saturday, the 14th of August. The first time Mayuri died, it happened on Friday the 13th. After Suzuha's sacrifice changed the world line, Mayuri died on the 14th instead. Her death was delayed 24 hours exactly. If that pattern continues, her death on this world line should occur tomorrow on the 15th. Just to be safe, I should buy a few days with the time leap. I'll need to solve the Lukako problem. I should time leap right away. Just before entering the lab, I peek into the Vtuber workshop. The 42-inch CRTV was on, so there's no problem there. Still, boop boop. We are going to go to the phone wave and jump back, I guess. Okabe? What are you doing? I thought we weren't going to. By the time Kurisu starts talking, the discharge phenomenon has already started. Bye-bye! I mean, did we really need to do it now? Guess it doesn't matter. An unpleasant sound pierces my ears. My vision ripples, my flesh and soul momentarily feel separate. I grab my right wrist and close my eyes and take a deep breath and wait for the pulse to return to normal. I took 2 time leaps, traveling a total of 57 hours into the past. Whew! The worst is over. All that's left is a headache. I need to cancel Lukako's D-mail on this world line. I sit down in a pipe chair and try to come up with a plan. Nothing. I've been searching for a way to tell Lukako the truth, but every mental situation I run ends with her in tears. I suppose that's to be expected. After all, I've already seen it happen once. I mistook Lukako for a guy, and she ended up in tears. I mean, Lukako cries at just about anything. To broach the topic now would be like poking an open wound. Damn, it looks like I have no choice but to ask Kurisu. She's a girl, so she should understand how Lukako feels. I call Kurisu out to the bench in front of the Vtuber workshop. We're alone. This seems serious. Yes, I have a difficult problem that requires delicacy to resolve. Delicacy? That's like the exact opposite of what anyone expects from you. That's why I want to ask a girl. Plus, you're my assistant, so I need you to save my ass this instant. Oh, you. Why do you need to ask a girl anyway? I give her the rundown, including how many times I've time leaped and what happened with Suzuha and Fetis. How many times have I explained this to her now? This time she believes me more readily than I expected. The only thing she doesn't believe is the story about Lukako. Urashibara-san is actually a guy? That's totally ridiculous. But it's the truth. The truth was the truth. So basically, she wrinkles her brow at the thought. She looked like Hashida? Eh? Crap, I got a mental image there for a second. Judging by her expression, so did Kurisu.
これはひどい
Ugh. We grimace.
絶対ありえない
Unacceptable. There's no way such a cute girl was a guy.
認めない
待て待て
Hey, hold your horses. I never said that Lukako looked like a guy.
むしろ
He actually looked pretty much the same. He was always androgynous, so much you couldn't help but think he was secreting excess female hormones or something. As a result, I didn't even notice when Lukako became a girl at first and made a fatal mistake.
見た目はあのまま
He looked like she does now? Krisu's gaze wanders a bit.
なら許す
Acceptable. What?
であんた
Anyway.
は彼女に男に戻ってほしいと
You want to turn her back into a guy? Unless we do, Mayuri dies.
マユリの命と漆原さんの
Mayuri's life is tied to
どっちも突拍子がなさすぎてさっぱり
Urushibata's
実感が湧かな
gender?
いけど
That's so crazy it doesn't seem real at all.
あんたの中で解は出てるわ
Have you come up with a solution?
無論だ
Of course.
ルカ子には
I'll have Lukako turn back into a guy.
ある意味で残酷な仕打ち
I don't know if she's going to appreciate that.
そこでなるべく
That's why I'm consulting you, so I can find a way to do this without hurting her at least. I take a mouthful of Dr. P in a vain attempt to quiet my frustration.
自分の
If I only hadn't been so careless.
D メールをいろんな人間に使わせるべきだ
I shouldn't have let so many people send D-mails. This is my punishment. I must shoulder the pain of everyone who used the D-mail. Suzuha, Ferris, and now Lukako.
これまでのことを悔やんでても何も
I never realized her jacket keeps sliding off her shoulder. Regret won't change
あん
anything.
たの相談に対する私の回答は
There's only one piece of advice I can give. Christina sighs, blowing her bangs.
漆原さんには何も
Don't say
言わない
anything to Urushibata-san.
どういうことだ
What do you mean?
話を聞く限りだと漆原さんについては
Based on what you've told me, you already have the advantage this time. You already know the contents of the D-mail.
だからわざわざ彼女
So you don't have to tell her. Him? Ex him?
もっとわざわざ
You don't have to tell Urushibata-san. Just send the cancellation D-mail.
ルカ子を装って
You mean pose as Lukako and send the mail to her mother myself?
どうせ世界線が変われば
If the world line changes, then that will all be undone.
この際倫理とかデリカシーとか
In
を無
which
視して
case,
問題にはならない
ethical concerns don't really matter. The ends justify the means. A philosophy worthy of a
だ
scientist.
が
Just one problem.
俺は
I don't know her mother's pager
ポ
number.
ケベル番号を
What? Are you an idiot? Why didn't you write it down?
その時はこんなことに
I
なると
didn't
は
think
思わ
I
な
would
かった
need it. Kurisu clicks her tongue. She rubs her brow with her fingers while muttering and thinking.
お母さんのポケ
What
ベ
if
ル
you just
番号
ask for the pager number directly? Think up a good excuse.
警戒される気がする
That's going to look suspicious.
何ビビってんのよいつもの無駄に存在
What are you so
が浮かび出して
scared
ない
of? That's not the vain and arrogant Okabe I know. Vain and arrogant? That was uncalled for. I don't have time to be hoeing Kyoma now.
そんなの口から出まかせでなんと
Just
か
make up
する
some
のよ
nonsense like you always do. I mean,
彼女って
you know how gullible she is,
騙され
right?
やすい性格だしって言ってて
Wow, I hate myself for saying that. I'm a bad girl.
私ってひどい女だ
Kurisu hangs her head.
だが
Maybe I should just tell her the truth.
ありのままを話すべきなのかもしれない
Sincerity will work better than underhanded tricks, I think.
マッドサイエンティストが誠意と
A
か
mad scientist sincere. That's a good one.
洗脳してやるふわ
It's more like you to say, I'll brainwash her. Mwahaha. I'm being serious, damn it.
俺は
I will shoulder Lukako's pain. That is my responsibility.
D メールを取り
When I
消した
cancel that D-mail, the fact that she was a girl will be undone.
ゆえに
I'm the only one who can carry that burden.
だったら私に相談する必要なんてない
So what are you talking to me for? Go to her now and tell her what you told me.
そう
Yeah, you're right. That's my only choice. As always, there are only a few worshippers at the shrine. I guess that's how it can keep its dignified silence, even though it's less than 10-minute walk from Akihabara Station. Ah, Okabe-san. Lukako is sweeping the courtyard. I'm sorry, I left Sami Daddy in my room. No, that's okay. Really? Well, crap. Now that we're face to face, I can't bring myself to tell her the truth. Is something wrong? Well... I recall Lukako's crying face. She looked very sad when I called her a guy. If possible, I don't want to make her cry again. No, why am I acting so weak? I can't stop here. I swore I would do anything to save Mayuri. And when Lukako said he wanted to be a girl, he probably only said it out of curiosity. If I explain everything properly, I doubt she'll refuse to become a guy again. Lukako. Yes? I grab her by the shoulders and pull her close. Lukako's cheeks instantly turn bright red. Please listen carefully. The truth is, you used to be a guy. No reaction. Or so I thought. The tears start welling up in Lukako's eyes. You're saying that stuff again? Damn, I made her cry again. But this time, I don't back down. Listen, unless you turn back into a guy, Mayuri will die. I explain everything. About time travel, about the D-mail Lukako sent, about Mayuri's fate, about how to avoid it. I talk and talk without pausing for breath. Finally, I am done. You're joking, right? Her voice is trembling. I can't believe any of it. This is more role-playing, right? You're being Kyoma's son, right? Right? She backs away from me, shaking her head. I don't like that backstory, it hurts. I think it hurt Mayuri-chan too. I know you're confused, hearing this so suddenly, but it's all true. I've witnessed her death countless times. I'm sorry, I know I'm being selfish, but I'm begging you, to save Mayuri, I need you to become a guy again. Please tell me you're joking, Okabe-san. I can't possibly be a guy. I don't want to be. I've always been a girl, ever since I was born. This is cruel. And why do I have to hear it from you of all people? I'm so embarrassed. This isn't right. Lukako covers her face with both hands to snuff out her sobs. What's to be embarrassed about? I have a harder time thinking of you as a girl anyway. Lukako jerks like someone poked her with a cattle prod. Her crying has stopped. What did I do? That's how... you... of me? What? I couldn't hear you. She lowers her hands and looks at me. Then she smiles a soft, sorrowful smile. So that's how you think of me. Then Lukako shakes off my hand and runs away. Lukako, wait! She doesn't stop even when I call her. She disappears into the shrine office. It turned out just as my mental simulation predicted. I sigh and leave the shrine dejected. I need to come up with a plan. When I get back to the lab, I take Kurisu out to the bench and explain what happened. Kurisu listens with an annoyed expression the whole time. When I finish, she glares at me and says, You raised a flag. What are you talking about? Don't you get it? You raised a flag. Or I guess you could say you tripped over a flag that was already raised? You mean a death flag? Why? It's a romance flag, genius. What? A Romance flag.
漆原さんはあんたに気がある。
Urishibara-san likes you. Kurusu thrust her finger at me.
大好きな法王院京馬
When her beloved Hoin Kyoma told her she was a guy, it tore her pure maidenly heart into tiny little pieces.
率直に真実を話すって
In other words, your plan was a massive
大失
failure.
敗だったことになる。
She sure is calm when it's my neck on the line.
恋愛となると厄介よ。あれに
Love
は
is
方程式は
trouble.
存在
There's
し
no
ない。
formula for calculating
人の感情は
people's
計算でき
feelings.
ない。
Too many unknowns to solve for. She shakes her head like she can't imagine anything worse. Has this girl never been in love?
正面から攻めるのはダメだった。
The direct approach was a mistake.
本人を
It'll be
説
even
得するハ
harder
ードルは
to persuade her
今
now.
度は別の解放を考
You
え
should
るべ
think
きよ。
of another way
彼女
this
のお母
time.
さんに
Like
直接話を
asking
聞
her
き
mother
に
directly.
彼女を泣かせた男としてあんたはすでに漆
Though
原
I'm
家に認識
sure
されているはずだから。
Urushibara's family already thinks of you as a man who is after who made their daughter cry, so they might have their guard up. Lukako likes me? I don't want to believe it. I mean, I appreciate the sentiment, but when do you think I first set off that romance flag?
知らんがな。
How should I know?
だってよく考えてみろ。
I mean, think about it. Lukako was a guy last week.
男だったんだぞ。
If he already liked me at that point,
好
then
きだったのだと。
uh-oh.
それは岡部の主観でのロジックでしょ。
That's just your perspective.
漆原さんなり私なりの主
From
観から
everyone
すれ
else's
ば
perspective,
彼
she
女
was
は
always
最
a
初から女
girl.
の子だった。
It makes
だ
perfect
から
sense.
今いるこの世界線を基
Think
準
in
に考えな
terms
さい。
of the current world line. Right. It makes perfect sense. Still,
それより私が不安なのは
there's a bigger
漆
problem.
原さんの性別を男に戻すこと
Will
で
changing Urushibara-san's gender to male really bring the IBN 5100 back?
前の世界線とは変化があった。
Something is different from the previous world
ルカコ
line.
の父親の話では、
According to Lukako's father, the IBN 5100 was definitely at the Yanabayashi shrine.
鈴葉がフェイリスの父親に
Suzuha gave it to Fedus's dad. After he died, Fedus donated it to the Yanabayashi shrine.
その流れは、俺が
That sequence is the same as on the world line where I obtained the IBN 5100.
段階的に元の世
So
界
you're
線に
gradually
近づいて
approaching
き
the
てる
original world line.
思ったんだけど世界
You know,
線
I've
って
been thinking you really shouldn't be able to change the world line so easily.
なぜそう思う？
What makes you say that?
だって世界には60
I
億
mean,
以上の人間がいる
There
の
are
よ
6 billion people in the
その
world.
中の誰か一人の性別
It doesn't make sense that switching a single person's gender could cause such a huge change in the world line.
鈴葉が言っていたが、
According to Suzuha, taking different actions after a leap will only change the divergence by around 0.0000001%, if at all.
だが、フェイリス
But when I cancel Fedus's D-mail, there was a
0.05% の変動が
0.05% change.
0.05% でも十分大きい
0.05% is pretty big.
天音さんはこのこと
What
について
did
何
Amane-san have to say about that?
2010年は、アトラクタ
The
ー
year
フィールドが大きくなった
2010 is a major attractor field
その
junction,
鍵は、
and the key is whether or not I obtain the IBN 5100.
IBN5100 と
Maybe the divergence meter actually measures your distance to the IBN 5100.
つまりあんたを
In
含め
any
た全て
case,
の人
what
間
you're
の
saying is that all of the D mails we had sent had influence on the IBN 5100's location somehow.
D メールの中には、
There were some D mails that didn't activate reading Steiner.
逆に言えば
So just cancel the D mails that activated reading Steiner, and the IBN 5100 might come back to you.
あんたの手元に戻ってくるのか
The remaining D mails were sent by Lukako and
萌えかか。
Kuriya Moika. I don't want to see that woman again if I can help it. In any case, I should focus on Lukako right now.
で、ルカコの件はどうす
So
る？
what should I do about Lukako?
恋愛フラグが立ってるわけよね
Well, you tripped a romance flag, so... Krisu ponders this for a while. Ah! Then she blushes for some reason and turns away. By the way,
ちなみに
Okabe,
岡部
is there someone you like?
何
Why
よその
aren't you
まま
answering?
別にいない。
Not really. For a second, Mayuri's face floats through my mind, but I feel more of a need to protect her rather than a romantic love for her. Oh,
な
okay.
ぜ聞く
Why do you ask?
いや、
No, just wondering.
特
There's
に
no
意味はない
hidden
んだから。
meaning or anything, okay?
なぜ怒る
Why are you mad?
あと顔が赤くなって
Also, your face is red.
なってない。
Is not.
そうだ。
Anyways,
あんた、
you should go out
漆原
with
さんと付き合ってなさいよ。
Urushibara-san. Seriously?
どうせ好きな人いないんで
You
しょ。
don't like anyone else,
だ
right?
ったら、
Then
彼
answer
女
her
の思いに
feelings, you
応えてあげれ
dummy.
ばいいのよ。この
What did I do to deserve this name calling?
マユリが死ぬのは2日後だ
Mayuri dies in 2 days. I don't have time to play boyfriend. Suddenly, Chris's expression turns
これ
grave.
は
Only
最後の
consider
選択
this
肢と
as
して
a last
やろ
resort.
うと思えば、
If you're
漆原
willing
さ
to
んの人
hurt
格を否定して
Urushibara-san,
脅し
you
てで
can
も番号を
always
引
take
き
the
出すことも
information by force.
どうせ世界線改変後は
She'll forget after the
そのことを
world
彼
line
女に忘れ
changes,
てるは
won't
ず。
she? In that case,
So
I think it's a valid option,
マユリが死ぬことに比べたらまだマ
but
シ。
only when compared to Mayuri's death.
私、
I hate myself for suggesting this.
いや
No, you're right. I need to
あらゆる
consider
手段を講じ
every
る
possible
だ
option,
がそれは
but I don't want to do that if there's any other choice. I'm not saying this for myself. From my perspective, when the world line changes, everything until that point becomes undone. But what about from Lukako's perspective? What if this world line continues after I leave it behind? The Lukako of this world line will have to live with what I did to her. That possibility exists. Suzuha said that's not the case, but there's no way to be sure. And since I can't confirm or deny that possibility, I don't want to use Kurisu's last resort. Besides, I have the time leap machine. As long as I have it, I can repeat the day before Mayuri's death forever. Of course, there's still the dangers of the time leap failure. In any case, the first thing I should do is have an honest talk with the girl in question. I hear the twittering of small birds outside the window. It's nice and cool early in the morning, even though it's the middle of summer. Too bad the cicadas are already chirping. The sunlight's not too strong yet. I couldn't get a wink of sleep. I was up all night thinking about Lukako.
オカリン
Okarin! Ah, there you are. Mayuri enters her room and looks at me with a disapproving pout. She didn't say Tuturu. It's rare to see her in such a bad mood.
早いなまだ
You're
8
early.
時だぞ
It's still 8. Something happened
オ
today?
カリンに怒りに来たんだ
I'm
よ
here to scold you, Okarin. She gives me a glare that's more cute than frightening. She's never been very good at getting angry. Mayushi's very disappointed in you.
がっかりなのです
Mayuri puffs out her cheeks and thrusts her finger at
何の
me.
話だ
What did I do?
しらばっくれてもダメだもん
You can't fool me, Okarin. You made Luka cry,
ルカちゃん
didn't
を
you?
泣かせたで
なぜそれを
How did you?
ルカちゃんに相談された
Luka-chan told me. She said
男だ
you said she was a guy. Damn. Those two are close friends. I should have known Lukako would go to Mayuri first. Why would you say such mean things, Okarin?
マユリには関係ない
Mayuri, it doesn't involve you. This is a serious confidential matter involving the
関係
organization.
なくないよ
It does too involve me. Luka-chan is Mayushi's friend.
話してくれないなら
If you don't tell me, we're not friends anymore, okay? I'm going to quit being a lab mem.
もうラブメイ
This is the first time I've ever seen Mayuri so angry. I'm not sure how to deal with this, honestly.
ねえね
Why did you
え
say such a mean
どうしてあん
thing?
なひどいこと言ったの
I did it to save you, but I can't say that. I don't have it in me to tell this innocent girl that she's fated to die in just 2 days. Come to think of it, was it a mistake to tell Lukako about Mayuri's murder? I did make sure to tell Lukako not to breathe a word of it.
何か
You're worried about something, aren't
何
you?
かあるんだよ
She's sharp, even though she never seems to be thinking anything.
わかるよ
I can tell. I've been watching you longer than anyone, Okarin.
それにね
And yesterday you talked with Christian for a long time, didn't you?
悩みがあるなら
If something's
マユ
wrong,
シも聞くよ
you should talk to Mayushi too, okay?
マユシにも
I wanted to help
話して
too,
ほしいな
okay? Now let's go apologize to
そ
Luka-chan.
れでね
Will you do that for
ルカち
me?
ゃんに謝りに
Mayushi will come too, so let's... Mwahahaha.
おかり
Okarin?
やれやれだなマユリよ
Come now, Mayuri. Me? Worry? Don't be ridiculous.
この俺は狂気のマッド
I am the insane mad scientist, Hoin Kyoma. I have nothing to worry about.
あるのはただ
All I have is the hunger for chaos. Mwahahaha.
おかり
Okarin. I can't tell Mayuri. I can't. Even if Mayuri hates me for it. You've got mail. Okabe, I have something important to talk to you about. Please come to the shrine when you can. I'll be waiting, please. Something important? What? I told her everything yesterday, including Mayuri's death. Perhaps after sleeping on it, she's finally decided to believe my story. Alright. I get up from the sofa.
どこ行くの
Where are you going? Mayushi's not done
ま
talking.
だ終わってないよ
これからルカ子のところに
I'm going to Lukako's.
本当謝りに行くのだったら
Really? You're going to
マユシ
apologize? Then let Mayushi come too.
あいやお前について来られると
Nope, that'll just make it
いろいろ
harder.
面倒になる
I put my hand on Mayuri's shoulder.
留守番を
Please, take care of the lab while I'm gone. Mayuri's shoulder droops. She looks sad for some reason, but she lets me go. When I reach the shrine, I find Lukako standing alone in the courtyard. She's dressed in regular clothes instead of her Miko garb. She still hasn't noticed me. Lukako stands in the silent courtyard. The only movement comes from the trees swaying in the summer breeze. It's like a scene from a movie. I stop and watch in fascination. Finally, Lukako turns around. Our eyes meet. Ah, she's so pretty. Oh, hell. I awkwardly clear my throat and walk towards him. Her. Lukako bows her head.
来てくれたんですね。
You came.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you. We stare at each other in silence. Crap, this is awkward. I can't stand the silence, so I try to start a conversation.
何を
What
話した
did you tell Mayuri?
すみません。
Sorry, but Mayuri-chan's the only one I could talk to about
ど
this.
こまで話したのかという
I mean, how much did you tell her?
ほとんどは内緒にしました。
I kept most of it a secret, especially the stuff about her dying.
死んじゃうっていう。
That's a relief.
まだ
Do you still think I'm joking? Lukako shakes her head. She believes me? You said you had something important to talk
と
about?
いうのは
Yeah?
にゃんだしょうかにゃ
I'm trying to be gentle, but for some reason I wind up talking like Fetus. I don't really know how to deal with Lukako now that she's a girl.
あの、
Lukako takes a deep breath as if to prepare herself. Her face is turning red for some reason. She opens her mouth to speak and then closes it again. This continues for several cycles. What's wrong with her? Her tension is getting to me. My heart starts pounding like an alarm bell. Yes?
お願いが
Want to ask? Yes?
岡部さんが
Okabe-san,
昨日
about what you said yesterday.
信じ
I believe you.
ます
そうか
That's great. So she's willing to go back to being a guy even though I hurt her feelings. For her to believe in me in spite of that makes me pretty happy. But something's strange about Lukako. She still looks wound up pretty tight. In fact, it's gotten worse. Now she looks on the verge of
そ
tears.
れで
So, well,
男に
in exchange for becoming a guy again,
代わ
in
り
exchange, she wants something in return? I wasn't expecting this. For today
明日
and tomorrow,
まゆりちゃんが
we can stop before Mayuri-chan's in danger.
なる前までで
What is she talking about?
いいですから
My throat goes dry. I'm so tense, I don't know why. So, please be my...
よく
I
聞こえ
couldn't
なかった
hear
んだ
you. One more time.
もう一度頼む
Lukako's voice is even softer than ever. So soft that I couldn't hear her from here. Please be my name. No good, I still can't hear her. Speak up, I'll do anything I can. Boyan.
なんだって
What? Please be my boyfriend. What? Boyfriend. Takes me a while to process the word. Meanwhile, Lukako starts squirming and fidgeting. She refuses to look me in the eye. My heart is pounding. What's going on? What did she say to me? Boyfriend. 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 She wants me to be her boyfriend until tomorrow? What?
No.
Well, why? Without thinking, I asked the worst possible question. Lukako curls up even smaller. I like you. Her voice is small as the buzzing of a mosquito, but it has all the courage she can muster. I feel my heart tighten at those words. Silence. More silence. Wait just a second. This is too sudden. I mean, maybe it's not sudden exactly. I've known about Lukako's feelings since yesterday when Kurusu told me about the romance flag. But still, I didn't think it would come to this. My mind goes blank. I can't think straight. Lukako hangs her head, waiting for my answer. She looks so cute and innocent, I feel myself drawn to... No. No, no, no. That's wrong. That's just wrong. I'm not attracted to Lukako. Let me think about it. Give me 5 minutes. I turn and flee like a scared rabbit. I'm so embarrassed I can't look back. 10 minutes later, I get back to the lab. Mayuri's eating a red bean bun. Okabe! Okarin, how did it go? Did you apologize to Luka-chan?
そうだな
Yeah.
ジューシー唐揚げナンバーワン
So put the juicy chicken number 1 in the microwave and nuke it so the D-mail basically ABC and... What?
すなわち電子レンジは
The microwave was developed by the Knights of the Rosicrucian Order who used alchemy, meaning that the sound of the chime is the brainwashing device, while the chime itself actually doesn't have any meaning at all. Wow. Okarin's broken! I mutter incoherently as I set up the time leap machine. What are you doing?
少しばかり
Making a tactical retreat. Retreat? How far do I go? How far can I go? As far as I can. Yeah, that's it. Far, far away from here. I jump all the way back to August 11th, the limit of the time leap machine range. Am I really just running away? When I'm done, Kurusu is standing before me, fiddling with the phone wave name subject to change his wire. Stop staring. You're distracting me. How many times do I have to tell you? She's still working on the time leap machine upgrade. I know I shouldn't interrupt her, but there's nobody else I can rely on. Genius, neuroscientist, I need to talk to you. Make it short. I want you to come with me to the Yanabayashi Shrine. Tell me why. If it's a date or something, then I refuse. Hoi and Hyoma does not go on dates. Much less with his assistant. Ridiculous. She's glaring like she's going to kill me. Let's leave jokes aside for now. So, I need you to explain the differences between the male brain and the female brain. What? I briefly explained my situation, what happened with Lukako before I leaped. How many times have I explained this to Kurusu now? Okabe-san and Makise-san. Did you come to pray? Not exactly. Actually, we have something to talk to you about, Urushibara-san. This is the strategy I thought up. The name is Operation Christina. Lukako reacts differently to me. I already know she'll have a breakdown if I tell her she's a guy. But she's not too familiar with Kurisu, and they're both girls, so it should be easier if Kurisu tells her. That's why I persuaded Kurisu to handle it. So I wait behind Kurisu and watch silently.
何でしょうか。
What might that be? Lukako is shy. He was distant with me back when we first met. And I can see she's made a small wall between herself and Kurisu now, too. On the other hand, Kurisu is very calm, truly reliable. Kurisu puts a gentle smile and begins her explanation.
男性と女性で脳の働きって
Did you know male and
全然違う
female brains are very different? Huh?
男
Hey,
性は右脳が活発
male brains
女性
are
は
right
左脳が
dominant
活
and
発
female
なの。
brains are left dominant.
え
Yeah?
ちなみに右脳は画像処
By
理
the
とか
way,
空間
the
処理
right brain
あとは
handles
総合的
image
な判断力
processing,
なんかに使われ
spatial
る
processing, and
左脳を
comprehensive
使うのは言
judgment.
語あと
The
は
left
計算とかかな
brain handles things like language and calculation.
右脳と左脳をつなぐ
The
脳
right and
量っ
left
ていうの
brains
があ
are
るんだけど
connected by the
女性の場合は
corpus
これが発達してたりす
callosum, which is more developed in females.
ほらよく言うでしょ
You know how
女性は
people say that
二つ以上
girls
の
are
ことを
better
同
at
時にできる
multitasking?
それ
That
は
can be
脳
explained
量
by
が
the
発達して
development
るからだ
of
っていう説もあるわね
that word. What? What the hell is she talking about?
まあこれはどっちかっていうと
Actually, these
とんでも
theories are
科学
kind
に
of
近い
fringe.
直接であって
They're not really that
ちょっ
credible.
とだけ試
So
し
if
て
you
みて
don't
もいい
mind,
か
I'd like to do an experiment.
何をですか。
An experiment?
あなたの脳が女性として
I
のパ
want
ター
to
ンを
try
示してい
mapping
る
your
のか
brain patterns to
男
see
性と
if
して
they're
のパ
more
ターンを示
female
してい
or
るの
male.
か
マッピングって
What is
何
mapping?
ですか。
Lukako's clearly frightened.
脳波マッピング
Brainwave
あなたの
mapping.
脳波をサンプ
We
ルと
just
して
take
取
a
らせて
sample
も
of
らう
your
だけ
brainwaves.
とにかく
Anyways,
調
you'll
べればわか
understand
る
if you try it. Okay, okay? It won't hurt a bit.
嫌です。
No thanks.
ほんと大丈夫だから
It'll be okay, I
私が保
promise.
証するから
It won't hurt a bit.
ほらほら
Just come to the lab and we'll...
お前はどこの変態親父か。
What kind of perverted old man are you? I lightly chop Kurisu on the head. What?
何よ
What?
何よ。ではない。
Don't you what
何の
me?
ためにここに来たのだ。
What did we come here
ルカコを怯え
for?
させてどうす
What are
る
you going to do if you scare Lukako away?
私はただ彼女
I'm
に
just treating her like a valuable
Kare.
test subject.
この実
Go
験大
back
好
to
き
the
子は
lab, you experiment-loving girl.
ああそう
Yeah,
せっかく協
okay.
力してあげたのに
So
そういう
that's the
扱
thanks
い
I
なわ
get for
け
going out of my way to
だったら
help
言
you.
われた通り
I'm
帰
gone.
る
You're on your own
あと
for
はあん
now.
た一人で頑張りなさい
Krista leaves the shrine with square shoulders, muttering darkly to herself.
岡部さん。
What was Mikase talking about?
つまりだな。
Well, basically, do I have to explain it myself after all?
お前は
You're actually a
本当
guy.
の男なんだ。
The result's the same, of course. I hear the twittering of small birds outside the window. It's morning now. It's nice and cool early in the morning, even though it's the middle of summer. Too bad the cicadas are already chirping. The sun's not too strong yet. It's the second time I've woken up like this, though the date was different the first time. In any case, my mental state is exactly the same as back then. Through the front door, I hear someone stomping up the stairs. I jump up thinking it's Moika, but then I realize who it is.
オカリン。
Okarin! There you are! Mayuri enters and greets me with a disapproving pout. Originally, Mayuri was supposed to stay over at the lab, but last night she got a call from somebody and left in a hurry. She probably went to see Lukako.
あのね。
Mayushi's very disappointed in you.
がっかりなので。
Mayuri puffs out her cheeks and thrusts her finger at me. Of course. I sigh in frustration. Before a time leap, this happened on the 14th. Today is the 12th. Since I explained the situation to Lukako earlier, it looks like Mayuri's protest came early too.
オカリンってば。
You made Luka-chan cry, didn't you?
ルカちゃんに相談されたんだよ。
Luka-chan told me. She said You said she was a guy. Why would you say such a mean thing, Okarin?
これから会いに行ってくるから。
I'm going to see her now, so don't worry. Really? Thank goodness. If you weren't going to apologize, then Mayushi was never going to talk to you again. That mail should come any minute now. It actually came. If I go to the Yanabayashi shrine now, Lukako will confess her love to me and ask me to be her boyfriend. Please be my boyfriend. But this time, I thought ahead. Christina! Christina! I start yelling at the development room and begin to hear the sound of someone moving inside. Is Christian sleeping? She worked all night, so you shouldn't wake her up. I know, but I have to do this. Christina, please wake up. Oh, shut up. Kurisu comes out of the development room with sleepy eyes. Christian! Last night she fell asleep at her desk. The sleeves of her clothes left a mark on her cheek. Her hair is frayed, her eyes are red. She rubs those red eyes. What is it? I'm going to the Yanabayashi shrine. Come with me. It's time for Operation Christina 2. Until the 15th. We can stop before Mayuri is in danger. So, please be my... Please be my fan. Please be my boyfriend. Same as before. Only this time, I have to be her boyfriend for 4 days instead of just 2. I guess you could say it's a bold proposal. Fortunately, I came prepared. It's time to set Operation Christina 2 into motion. Last time things got complicated when I add that experiment-loving girl to the conversation. This time I had her watch things from the shadows near the staircase. Excuse me, I need a moment. I turn my back to Lukako and call Kurisu. Sup, you filthy normal. Who's a normal? Think about how I feel for once. Did you hear what Lukako said just now? No, fill me in. You weren't listening? How am I supposed to listen from all the way over here? She confessed until the 15th, then back to manhood. Roger. And? Why are you asking me? Just grant Urushibata's wish. But it's Lukako. What's wrong with her? I mean, look how cute she is. But she's a... Her being a guy might just be your imagination. From my perspective, she's always been a girl. Just give up. Bye. Ah, wait. She hung up. Damn, why did I even bring her along? What a useless assistant. I stuff my phone in my pocket and head back to Lukako. Were you on the phone with Makusei-san? Oh, yeah. Oh. You look like you were having fun. Nonsense. Is this pressure? Is she applying psychological pressure? So, Lukako fidgets restlessly. Your answer? Please be my boyfriend. A 4-day trial relationship. Will those 4 days feel long or short? I mean, sure, Lukako's cute. She's very slender and delicate, especially around the waist, and her skin is as white as alabaster. Even when Lukako was a guy, I occasionally found myself mesmerized by his girlish demeanor. Biologically, the current Lukako is a girl, so even if we do stuff, there shouldn't be a problem. But still, I'm on a mission to change Lukako back into a guy. I need to accomplish that mission to save Mayuri. If I go out with girl Lukako and fall in love with her, then will I be able to treat Guy Lukako like I used to? If I forget he's a guy and lose my self-control, it could result in complications. Going out with current Lukako isn't the problem. I mean, I still have my reservations, but cuteness is justice, right? The real source of my hesitation is the thought of what happens afterwards. The problem isn't Lukako, but my own heart. Besides, I'm supposed to be saving Mayuri, not going out on dates. But on the other hand, Lukako's cooperation is essential to save Mayuri. I won't get anywhere if I reject Lukako and make her cry. For the sake of my goal, I must overcome the problems of my heart. I'll do it. I'll take Lukako's deal. But if we're going to do this, I tell myself there's one rule you must follow. You must not fall in love with Lukako. Even if it means trampling on her heart, you must not fall in love. Fall in love, and you could end up walking the forbidden path. Lukako is a guy. A guy, a guy, a guy, a guy. Guy, 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 guy. And don't you forget it. Just don't forget it.
いいだろう。
Very well.
お前と付き合
I'll go out with you. But only until the
15
15th.
日の夕方までだが。
Tears immediately fall from Lukako's eyes.
なぜ泣く
Why are you crying? I'm happy. I was sure that you'd say no. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Her face is red, her eyes are wet with tears, yet she's really happy. Seeing her like this, all shy and embarrassed but happy at the same time, makes me feel... She's too cute. I mustn't fall in love, but I'm about to. Why does every single one of her actions have to be so cute? She must be doing it on purpose. There's no other way. Lukako's cuteness is a terror of the universe. Okabe-san.
なんだ
What? Lukako wipes her tears away. Tomorrow? Da? What does she mean by da?
デートに
Please take me on a date.
なんだと
What did you say? A date. True, when couples go somewhere together, that's called a date. It would really be a dick move if I refused to go on a date right after we started going
行
out.
くのは問題ないが
Okay, but
どこに行
where?
く
Eh? Doesn't look like she's got a place in mind.
岡部さんの行きたいとこ
I want to go where you want to go, Okabe.
つまり
I want to know more about the places you frequent, Okabe-san. So in other words, she wants me to decide for her. It's really unfair to be so cute. People will forgive you for anything you say. I scratched my head and thought.
じゃあ
Then I'll come up with
プラン
something
は
by
明日ま
tomorrow.
でに考えておく
For now, I just want to get out of this sickeningly sweet atmosphere that's brewing. We arranged to meet tomorrow morning, then I quickly leave the shrine behind. I breathe a sigh of relief at the sparsity of pedestrians on the Mansebashi Bridge.
それで
Well, Chris is walking behind me. She was completely useless.
付き合うことに
Did you
なった
agree to
の
go out with her? Well, I can kind of guess based on Urushibari-san's reaction.
お前見て
Wait,
た
you
の
saw
か
that?
岡部が見てろと言ったんだろ
You told me to watch, didn't you? Oh, yeah. I was expecting her to give me advice. Guess I should have known better. We're going on a date tomorrow. Yeah? Krisu makes a small nasal sound. She hasn't been making eye
狂気の
contact.
マッドサイエンティストさん
Our insane mad scientist is dating a high school girl.
ちっとも
That's not insane at all. God. Damn you, Krisu. Must you always be so cynical? Let's just ignore her and get to the lab. But just as I quicken my pace, she grabs my shoulder and pulls me back. I almost fall down backwards.
何をする
What was that
ご
for?
めん
Sorry, I didn't mean to be snippy. I'm just a little
熱
irritated.
くなった
Krista doesn't tell me what she's irritated about. Instead, she starts rubbing her
あんた
temples.
は
You made this choice to save Mayuri, so I'll change my way of thinking too. Anyways, do you have any plans for your date tomorrow? Date plans? I told Lukako I'd come up with something by tomorrow. So far, I've made no progress. I can't help but feel uneasy about the whole thing, even though I'm doing it to save Mayuri. Well, do you? This calls for Hoin Kyoma. I have only one thing to say, assistant mine. I am the great Hoin Kyoma, a mad scientist with an IQ rivaling that of Isaac Newton himself. And? Naturally, as a mad scientist, I have no interest in this thing mortals call love. My incredible brain is devoted to the destruction of the system that controls the world and the birth of a new age of chaos. You're obviously a virgin. Thank you very... Huh? Pretend you didn't just hear that. Damn you, assistant, how dare you point out the truth so bluntly. I won't forget this insult. Sorry. And what about you? Your experience must be vast indeed if you think you can lecture me about it. Ugh. I don't miss Christina's grimace. That's what I thought. You spend all your time on research that you've zero experience, don't you? You must have been awfully lonely in America, huh? Shut up, what's wrong with being a virgin? Ha! Ah. The genius girl who cried virgin at the center of Akiba. I wouldn't be surprised to see it plastered across the blogosphere? The blogosphere? Thankfully it's early morning, but there are still a few pedestrians grinning at Kurisu. Let's get out of here. Kurisu starts to hurry away. What's important for a first date is to make a good impression. An unclean appearance is out of the question. A haircut is exceptionally important. Long hair looks dirty, so it's no good. For clothes, you should wear something exactly the right size. Though it may be trendy, especially in Akiba, for young men to wear baggy clothes, it looks sloppy, so it's not good. Why exactly am I in a maid cafe getting date advice from my younger assistant, who is also a girl? On the first date, conversations tend to break due to mutual nervousness. What's important is to play conversation catch. One-sided conversations aren't fun for the other side. Girls especially like to talk, so guys should try to keep the conversation going. Not just by listening. Throwing in appropriate responses is also necessary. Responsiveness gives the girl the impression that you're really listening. Basically, you need to be the opposite of yourself. Anyway, focus on acting normal for now. No more of that idiotic laughter. You're too heavy-handed with girls. You talk too pompously. You fire off nonsensical delusions. Hey, you're just reading out of a dating manual, so you've got no right to look down on me, you American virgin. Since neither of us know anything about romance, we're studying out of a dating manual we bought on the way here. Who are you calling an American virgin? Who else but you? Yeah, sure thing, virgin. There's a saying, a fortress is judged by how many attacks it repulses. A soldier is judged by how many fortresses he takes. That's not a saying. Don't look so proud of yourself. You're right. This is a dumb argument. Anyway, this dating manual actually says some pretty interesting things. Kurisu flips through the manual on top of the table. Like, when walking down the street, be sure to put yourself between your date and the road. Or, whatever you do, don't make the girl pay for anything. Okay, for your date tomorrow, make sure you follow all these rules. I wonder if I can really be that careful. And after that, there's carry a clean handkerchief. Spread it out when the girl goes to sit on a park bench. I'm not her butler. But that's what the book says. When it's time to eat, avoid fast food of all kinds. Family restaurants are borderline acceptable. Anything else depends on your budget.
ファミレスがボーダーライン
Family restaurants are borderline. Where are there family restaurants in Akiba? Arrive at the meeting place at least 15 minutes early. Tardiness is
15
unacceptable.
分前到着
15 minutes early. Then you just need to decide where to take her. Movies, art galleries, strolling through town, and foods are all safe.
なるほど
I see. It's easier than I thought.
俺はてっきり初デートというぐら
I
い
was
だか
under
ら
the
夕
impression
焼けの綺麗なリゾート風
that
海岸
a
に
first date required going to
そ
a
こで
beautiful beach
ファース
resort,
トキスを交わさなければならない
exchanging your
こと
first kiss bathed in the light of the setting sun and stuff like that.
それすごくロマンチック
That's really romantic.
じゃなくて
I mean,
童貞思考全開だな
that's virgin image of a full throttle. You've read too much
お
manga.
前もな
You too.
ちなみに相手は未成年なんだから
Besides, your
ホテル
date's
に
a
連れ込まない
minor,
って不潔なこと考え
so
ない
don't even think about bringing her to a hotel, okay? What do you take me
それは
for?
ない
That way lie forbidden lusts. Not to mention, Lukako's such an innocent girl. If I brought her to a hotel, she'd probably faint from shock.
ざっとこんなところね
That just about covers it. Well, was my lecture helpful?
お前のレクチャーではなく
You mean a
マニュアル本
manual's
のレクチャー
lecture?
だろ
Anyway, strolling around town counts as a date, huh? In that case, I don't have to waste money.
にゃにゃ
Nya nya?
誰かと
Kyoma, are you
デート
going on
す
a
るの
date,
か
nya?
な
Bettis comes out to our table carrying
お待たせ
drinks.
しました
Thank you for waiting. I prepared your iced coffee, nyan. As usual, she pours the milk in and the syrup right in front of me. Chrissy watches this with great interest. I guess this is her first time at a maid cafe.
デート相手は
Is Mayushi the lucky girl, nya? Bettis winks at me playfully while stirring Chris's iced
う
coffee.
なぜそこでマユリが出てくるの
Why
だ
would you think that?
違うの
Not her, nya?
じゃあ
And Bettis looks at Chrisu.
この子なのにゃ
Is it her, nya? Fue?
いやこいつは助手だ
Nope, she's my assistant. Chrisu and I exchange glares sharper than a sword's blade. I swear sparks are flying.
じゃあ別の子なのに
Then some other girl,
だ
nya?
ってはいろんな子に
Hyoma, you
手を出しすぎだ
tomcat, you're making moves on too many girls, nya?
ほーい
Oh
ろ
ho.
んな子に
So
手
you're
を出し
making
す
moves
ぎ
on
な
too
の
many girls, huh?
何をバカな
What nonsense. Well, I guess I did hug Fetus. But that was on the 14th, so when I time leaped to the 12th, it was undone. I shake off a pang of loneliness and return to the conversation. And on that note, I'm going to leave this episode here. We got a lot going on in this episode. We've time leaped, we've a few times actually, and set up things to start dating Lukako. So next week, that's what we will do. We will start our date with Lukako and keep going until we get to either the point where we have to decide between undoing her D-mail or keeping her D-mail, and so on and so forth. But anyways, if you are enjoying Steins Gate and you want to see more from me, then please subscribe and do all that YouTube shit. And in the next episode, we're going to go on a date with Lukako. So I'll see you then.